so I got some new tires in the mail. These are the front ones, and the rear's a little wider. So let's see if we can get the old tires off the rim. Wow. Only took 10 minutes. All right, fire in the hole, Cal. Nice. That worked good. I think this one can acid too. Yeah, it is. Gross. The back one. Fire in the hole.
Jesus Christ, what happened? That looked like it worked, right? Looks good.
Yeah, I think so.
Fuck yeah. I thought I was a little worried there that we got one side, not the other. I was like,
that side's on. Yeah, it's on there. I got the front pulled off here because the shifter has been sticking. These buttons on here are 20 years old. And you see how they get stuck? And then sometimes it doesn't shift. It just won't work. So I got a new controller. So it's got shift buttons, headlights, electric start, kill switch. So it should be the same exact one. Just gotta plug this in and then reroute it through the old wire. Okay, so it should be this green one. So this should be the connector, and we'll go into that. Let's see if this thing works. Nice, dude. Super nice. Slides in there. Screws for the brake. Let's test it again just to make sure it's all up and running. Yeah, that shifts so good. That's like, yeah. Nice, super responsive. Those buttons, I mean, they were 20 years old, so I'm sure they were due. Let's just tighten this thing up. Put this back. This is a grip warmer, like heated grips. So it hasn't worked. I mean, maybe we can look at it. I might just take it off. All right, so I'm super stoked on that. This thing is actually going to be like rideable now. It was like you would go and it just wouldn't. You'd have to click it like 3 times to shift. It was a pain in the butt. So now we're going to get on to like the main idea of this episode, which is installing the winch. And it's perfect now, but I did this at the same time because I'm going to have to pull all this stuff off anyways. We're going to mount a winch right here. I have it actually. This guy, it's a little ATV. It's a 3,000 pound winch. So we're going to mount this somewhere in here. Maybe more like right there. Because these are the connectors for the headlights. So it's got to be below this, and then the headlights are going to sit, right here. Oh, wow.
Good, that gets in here?
Right down the ear.
Oh.
Yeah, that felt really good. Oh, that was a gross feeling.
Yeah. It didn't look good.
I got the winch on the mounting plate. This front piece is angled too much that I can't get a bolt in here. So we're going to bolt the back, and then I think I'm actually just going to weld this to the plate because I got this winch for free, and it's going to stay on this quad till it dies. So let's hook up the winch just to make sure it works before we do that. Some power. Works. Nice. So I've got this wired up from the battery, and that's about as good as I'm going to get with tucking up all the excess wire. So we need to now throw in some bolts for the winch, and then I didn't account for the angle of this, so I won't be able to get a bolt through this front. So I'm actually just going to weld the front of this winch onto this plate. And then we have this roller here, and I'm going to throw up another piece of this 1/8 inch metal across the front, and then we'll bolt this to that. So this will sit on the outside. Okay, so I got this thing jacked up. That way we have a little bit of working room underneath here. So we're gonna build a bracket for the plow. The plow's gonna be connected to this square tube. And we're gonna put a bracket right here on this bottom of the frame. There's 2 holes here already. So I think I'll put some bolts in to our bracket, and then we'll also weld it to the frame, and then we'll have two ears coming down, and that's what's going to go into the square tube. The square tube's going to sit in between, and then we'll just do like a trailer hitch. That way we can unbolt it when needed. Okay, so I got my pieces cut. This is going to be the part that welds to the quad, and then these are going to weld up to the sides of this. Okay, so this is the plow. I picked this thing up off Marketplace. It was just down the road. It is so freaking heavy. It was sitting in this guy's yard for a long time, and they were cleaning out the property and getting rid of all their old metal and stuff. So it's got like mounting point and some springs and stuff in the back. I'm gonna have to cut this. I mean, this is way too big and too heavy for that quad. This would actually be good for like a little pickup truck. So the plan is to cut basically right here. We'll see. We might have to, we wind up just taking all this stuff off, because all we really need is just the blade. But I think if we cut the sides off We'll definitely lose a good amount of weight, and then it will be, you know, a good width for the quad. I'm building this plow because last year we had like our record snowstorm and our driveway was completely covered. This is, if you haven't seen the driveway, it's probably the steepest thing you've ever seen in your life. It might not be that good on camera, but this thing is a nightmare. And especially when it's covered with snow. And it's almost snowing right now. Like, it looks like snow, but it's coming down a little fast and then it's just turning back into water when it hits. So it hasn't snowed yet this year, and I'm hoping it does so I can get a chance to actually test this plow out. But anyways, let's get back to cutting. I'm most of the way through. This is a big long cut for this little angle grinder, but it's working, so let's finish up.
Oh my.
The angle grinder, it's like not got any juice. It might just be overheated. I mean, that's a long time to be cutting. Listen. It like idles down. And now it's like not even. Yeah, I might have burned it out. We're gonna let that sit for a while and see if it comes back to life. If not, that thing's junk. Keep in mind, I bought that for $14 at Harbor Freight. I built that whole trailer with it. I've done this quad and a few other like projects. It's a lot of hours on that thing. I'm honestly surprised it's held up as long as it has for $14. It's a great little thing. So if not, I mean, we'll go buy a new one. They're super cheap. Oh, nice. Sweet, dude. Cut off. Nice little piece of metal we got left over, which is good. So yeah, this is gonna be the width of it. I'm actually gonna take off all this crap. Big boy springs right there. Oh, nice. Oh, there you go. Nice. Look at that thing. I mean, that thing is probably 25 pounds, maybe 30. It's a big old chunk of metal. I still need to cut the little brackets off the back, but I just put it up there for reference. I think it's perfect size, actually. And it's actually snowing now, too. It's kind of sticking out here a little bit on the tarp and on the truck and stuff. I got the mount welded on. So now we just got to cut this piece at an angle for the back of the plow. So I just barbarically hammered this little U shape. This is gonna be for the winch to hook onto. So we're gonna weld it right here.
Oh my.
Okay, so that's going to do it for this video. Unfortunately, I think the snow is done this year. We didn't get a big crazy snowstorm like we did last year. So, probably won't even be able to use this thing. But I do think I'll be able to sell it to someone here locally who lives a little bit further up the hill where they get a lot more snow. I think it'll be pretty strong. I do need to finish cleaning these up. Clean up my bad welds and then paint them as well. The winch is working great. This thing is still a little heavy, but not as bad as I thought it was going to be. The quad still has a flat here because there's a hole in the rim. And then this engine cooler line right here, it's oil cooled, is leaking oil extremely bad. And it's just this whole bracket right here is bent. I tried bending it back with no use. Tried putting gasket maker in there. Doesn't seem to help. So it's fine now, but when it runs, this thing just spews oil out like crazy. That's how we actually caught the quad on fire, because there was just a pool of oil at the bottom. So I'm gonna try to see if I can just order a new one of these, you know, with the bracket, new bracket, everything, so it seats nicely. And then this thing will be pretty much tip-top shape, I believe. But other than that, thanks for watching the video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.